We've had many famous members who worshipped at Bevis Mark Synagogue. Unquestionably, the most famous was Sir Moses Montefiore, who I always referred to as a passionate Jew and a passionate Englishman. He was able to show the world how he cared for the Jewish people and how he cared for Jerusalem and what he did to help the Jewish people all over the world, whether it was to save the Jews in Damascus who were being persecuted for being blamed to having killed a Christian to use his blood for making matzot on Pesach. How he went to help the Jews in Morocco who were being persecuted, or the Jews in Russia. And he always went and did whatever he could to help. We still have the very seat where Sir Moses sat, and we cordoned it off, only allowing very special guests, like the President of the State of Israel, to use the seat on such an occasion. We also had a very famous member of the congregation who sadly did not remain a Jew, and that was the Prime Minister Benjamin Disraeli. You see, Benjamin Disraeli's father, Isaac Disraeli, was a very studious gentleman, very educated, who wrote a great deal, but didn't really practice much Judaism. And what happened was that there was a tradition in our synagogue at that time, a tradition which was followed by other bodies in the city of London, that if you were asked to become a warden in a synagogue and you refused to take the offer, you had to pay a fine of £40, which was a lot of money in those days. Benjamin Disraeli's father was asked to be a warden, and he refused. And then they told him, you will have to pay the fine, which he refused to pay. And then he wrote a famous letter, which we still have, telling the synagogue that they were being very foolish in the way that they were running the synagogue. And he was probably right. But because he refused to pay the fine, he took away his little son who had been circumcised under the auspices of our community and converted him to Christianity. And in fact, England owes it to the Spanish and Portuguese that there was a prime minister called Benjamin Disraeli, because in those days Jews could not enter parliament. So had his father not quarreled with us, he would not have been converted, and he would not have entered parliament, and he would not have become prime minister.